Some football players are hiding insane secrets, and what I'm about to show you will completely change how you see the game forever. Because these aren't just stories, these are life or death moments, million-dollar mistakes, and miracles that doctors still can't explain. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you're going to look at your favorite players completely differently. Let's start with the craziest. Picture this: São Paulo, Brazil, a tiny house, a family living paycheck to paycheck, one wrong move away from complete disaster. And in the middle of all this chaos, a little kid named Neymar with a football and a dream. But here's where it gets crazy. One day, Neymar's dad forgot to pay the electricity bill. And on the last day before they shut the power off, he had to work. So he did something risky. He trusted his young son with the money. Now, Neymar understood what was at stake. No payment meant no lights. No lights meant total darkness. So he grabbed the cash and headed out to pay the bill. But as he's walking down the street, something catches his eye. A raffle for a brand new car. And in that moment, Neymar had a choice. Pay the bill like his dad told him to, or take a shot at winning his dream car. Guess what he did? Yep, he bought the raffle ticket. That night, he couldn't sleep. All he could think about was cruising around in that shiny new car. His friends jealous, his family proud. It was going to be perfect until the next morning. Neymar woke up to a sound, car doors slamming, voices outside. He jumped out of bed and ran to the window. And there it was, a brand new car, parked right in front of his house. He screamed, "I won! I won!" But then his dad walked outside, and his face, absolutely furious, because the car wasn't from the raffle. It was from the electricity company. They were there to shut off the power. Neymar got beat twice that day, once for spending the money, and once more when they realized what he'd done. Now that's a rough childhood lesson, but at least Neymar only got a beating. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. His mistake almost got him murdered, Los Angeles. Zlatan is playing for the LA Galaxy, and at 38 years old, he's feeling unstoppable. "I think I'm the best I've ever played in MLS, and that's without joking." So for his 38th birthday, he decided to treat himself. And what do you buy when you're Zlatan? A Ferrari Monza SP2, $1 million, pure Italian perfection. But here's the problem. It wasn't the car that got him in trouble. It was how he parked it. See, Zlatan had a reputation. He'd park across multiple spots, block driveways, leave his car in the middle of the street like he owned the whole city. And one day, someone noticed. A maniac, watching from a distance, getting angrier by the second. This wasn't some angry neighbour. This was a serial killer. A guy who'd been on a 7-year killing spree without getting caught. And when he saw Zlatan's Ferrari illegally parked, he snapped. He drove home, grabbed a weapon and headed back. His plan: end Zlatan's life. Right there, just to get famous. Luckily, by the time he got back, Zlatan was gone. But the killer admitted to police later that he was hunting Zlatan. Just for the clout. Just to be known as the guy who took out Zlatan. They arrested him, threw him in jail. And Zlatan? He had no idea how close he came to death. All because of bad parking. But if you think that's wild, wait until you hear about Emmanuel Adebayor. Because his life was literally saved by a football. And doctors still can't explain it. Togo, West Africa. A baby is born. His name? Emmanuel Adebayor. But from the moment he entered the world, doctors knew something was wrong. His legs, they didn't work. For some mysterious reason, Emmanuel couldn't move them, couldn't walk, couldn't even stand. His parents were devastated, but they refused to give up. For years, they travelled across Africa, searching for a cure, visiting every doctor, every specialist, every healer they could find. Nothing worked. They were running out of options, running out of hope. So they turned to their last resort, the church. They made a vow. They would pray for Emmanuel for 7 days straight, and if nothing happened after that, they'd accept his fate. So they prayed, day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way to day 7, and on the final day, still nothing. Emmanuel's legs were still lifeless. His parents' hearts were breaking. But then, outside, a group of kids started kicking a football around, and Emmanuel, he heard it. The sound of the ball bouncing, the laughter, the joy, and something inside him woke up. He stood up for the first time in his life, and not only did he stand, he ran. He ran straight to those kids, grabbed the ball, and started playing. His parents couldn't believe it. Doctors couldn't explain it. The church had no answers. But from that moment on, Emmanuel Adebayor never stopped running. He went on to become a professional footballer, one of Africa's richest athletes, a Premier League legend, and to this day, nobody knows how it happened. Call it a miracle. Call it whatever you want, but that football saved his life. Now let's talk about Kevin De Bruyne, millionaire, world-class midfielder, one of the best players on the planet, but back in 2013, he was terrified to talk to girls. At the time, De Bruyne was just a rising star. He only had a few thousand Twitter followers, but he'd still post updates between games. And there was one account that always caught his attention, a gorgeous girl who kept liking his tweets. One day after a match, De Bruyne posted something casual, and boom, there it was again. A notification. She liked his tweet, so he showed his friend, and his friend, being a good wingman, told him, "Bro, DM her." But De Bruyne, he froze. There's no way she'll respond. Look at me. Look at her. And honestly, fair point. This dude looked like he'd never seen the sun, but his friend wasn't having it. He grabbed De Bruyne's phone and sent the message himself. And guess what? She responded. They started texting non-stop for weeks, then months, then years, and eventually they got married, all because his friend had the guts to hit send. So, fellas, if you're ever doubting yourself, remember Kevin De Bruyne and send that DM. All right, this next one is dark, because Aaron Ramsey doesn't just score goals, he kills people. I'm not joking. This curse started back in 2009. Ramsey was playing for Arsenal, and every time he scored a goal, someone famous would die. At first, people thought it was a coincidence, but then it kept happening. Ramsey scores. Celebrity dies within 48 hours. Ramsey scores again. Another celebrity gone. Over the course of 15 years, Ramsey scored 64 career goals, and 23 of them directly linked to celebrity deaths. Osama bin Laden, Robin Williams, David Bowie, Prince. The list goes on and on. Same day, day after, week of. It didn't matter. The pattern was real, and fans started freaking out. Every time Ramsey scored, it would trend on Twitter. People would joke, "Who's dying this time?" But then it stopped being funny, because in 2021, fans literally started a petition for Ramsey to quit football. They believed the curse was real, and they wanted it to stop. Now, do I believe it? I don't know, but the numbers don't lie. So there you have it. Neymar gambling away his family's electricity money. Zlatan almost getting assassinated from a parking spot. Adebayor's miracle recovery that defied science. De Bruyne's awkward DM that led to marriage. And Ramsey's death, curse that terrified the world. These aren't just football stories. These are life stories. And if this video taught you anything, it's that the game we love, it's way deeper than what happens on the pitch. So if you enjoyed this, smash that like button.
This is the story of the curse that turned an ordinary midfielder into football's most chilling legend.
Theo Walcott squares to Ramsey. Aaron Ramsey completes the scoring and gets a double.